with supporting the treatment for chemotherapy, I like to get people to imagine that they're bringing something into their body that's healing, rather than, oh God, this is something that's going to practically kill me to heal me. You know, I have one of my clients said I've been cured to death, which kind of seemed to sum it up. Actually, she was okay, but she was completely wiped out physically and pretty much emotionally. If your body is battling against the treatment because there's a part of you that's going, oh, no, this is going to really make me feel sick, it's going to hurt, I'm going to be so ill on this or whatever, or I'm only doing it because they think I should, that's not going to be as effective. So if you imagine to yourselves, imagine that you were having chemotherapy, or you had a client with chemotherapy, it was coming in through a drip in the arm. What would you like to be accepting into your body that's health-giving and healing? What would you like that to look like or be? Any suggestions? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Silver elixir of life comes up quite a lot, or gold elixir of life. But whatever it is, it doesn't have to be real. It just needs to be something that is positive and healing in you or in your client's mind. When people do this, and they really work on accepting the chemotherapy as a positive, the side effects go almost entirely. There's a massive reduction. The nausea doesn't happen. The tiredness, the illness doesn't happen. And the medicine works, does what it's meant to do far faster. And I'm not offering you that on the basis of one or two clients. I'm offering you that on the basis of hundreds of people who've done this.
So everything's great, except for this thing.
Okay. Are you okay for me to tap on you whilst you talk to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Good.
And it goes back to the trauma that I felt when I met with the surgeon 6 weeks ago. And as you know, I'm anti-surgery this time. With the original cancer, the lumpectomy was fine, but with this recurrence, I absolutely don't believe I need to have the surgery.
Okay, stop there for a moment and tell me how you're feeling. Something was going on then.
Yeah. I'm feeling a bit anxious because it's part of the trauma of the surgeon. You know, I don't want to have this, but I feel I have to at least go through the process of considering it.
Okay, so should we just stop and just work with
please.
that bit? Where is that anxiety showing in your body? In your solar plexus?
Yeah, well, it's here. I think it's also in my chest. I feel a bit constricted.
Okay. Even though I have this constriction in my chest.
Even though I have this constriction in my chest.
And I'm anxious.
And I'm anxious.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Even though I have this constriction in my chest.
Even though I have this constriction in my chest.
And this surge in anxiety.
And this surge in anxiety.
How did it feel to say that?
Big hit on that.
Yeah. I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Even though I have this surge in anxiety.
Even though I have this surge in anxiety.
And it's getting bigger.
And it's getting bigger.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And how I feel.
And how I feel.
I am okay.
I am okay.
This surge in anxiety.
This surge in anxiety.
This constriction in my chest.
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 This anxiety.
This anxiety.
Just there.
Just there.
Surge in anxiety.
Surge in anxiety.
Just there in my chest.
Just there in my chest.
Stopping me breathing.
Stopping me breathing.
Thank you. This constriction in my chest.
This constriction in my chest.
Okay, take another deep breath in and out. All right. What's happening in your chest now?
Actually, it feels worse. It feels different.
Yeah.
It feels like there's pressure on it, kind of, and sharp.
Like someone's got needles there?
Yeah, needles, but pressing
okay.
hard.
Even though there are needles pressing hard just there.
Even though there are needles pressing hard just there.
And the anxiety's getting bigger.
And the anxiety's getting bigger.
Or at least it's changing.
Or at least it's changing.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
These needles just there.
These needles just there.
These needles just there in my chest.
These needles just there in my chest.
Pressing down on me.
Pressing down on me.
Stopping me breathing.
Stopping me breathing.
These needles just there.
These needles just there.
Just there on my chest.
Just there on my chest.
Stopping me breathing.
Stopping me breathing.
These needles.
These needles.
Pressing down on me.
Pressing down on me.
This pressure on my chest.
This pressure on my chest.
What happened then? It's gone into
My
your
throat's
throat.
constricting now.
It's constriction in my throat.
This constriction in my throat.
There's constriction in my throat.
This constriction in my throat.
Is it still anxiety?
It's more fear.
Okay. Of?
So bigger. It's fear of the power of the doctors, I think, and
okay.
fear of and the fear that I felt in that experience. And there's just 15 minutes in his office, but
Okay, stop. Let's put him behind that screen.
Please.
Okay. This fear.
This fear.
This fear of the doctors.
This fear of the doctors.
Fear of their power.
Fear of their power.
They're so powerful.
They're so powerful.
Those guys.
Those guys.
Their white coats.
Their white coats.
That power
That power
makes me feel.
makes me feel vulnerable.
Okay. Just stay with me. Vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Feeling vulnerable.
Feeling vulnerable.
It's not safe.
It's not safe.
I've got to get out of there.
Got to get out of there.
It's not safe.
It's not safe.
Fear of being vulnerable.
Fear of being vulnerable.
Been there before.
Been there before.
I need to get out of here.
And I need to get out of here.
There's vulnerability.
This vulnerability. I can feel my legs
Yeah,
going.
and I can feel your legs going too. You're doing really
It's-
well.
The word that's hitting is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be safe.
I need to be safe.
I've got to keep safe.
I've got to keep safe.
There's fear of the doctors.
This fear of the doctors.
I've got to keep safe.
I've got to keep safe.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of
I just
here.
want to run.
I just want to run.
This trauma,
This trauma.
this frozen moment,
This frozen moment.
stuck in my body.
Stuck in my body. It's better now my feet are moving.